Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. It's another week of the Roundup here on Reversal, and every week, you know what we do by now. Myself, Logan Sama, in the hot seat, guiding you around the four corners of the FGC globe, where we round up the most exciting and biggest tournaments that have happened over the last 7 days. Let's not delay. We've got some big ones this week. Let's get straight into it.
We're going straight back into it. We ain't got time.
Good home cooked meal.
All right, first up, we're going over to Kumite in Tennessee, affectionately known as KIT, and it's going to be the last ever Kumite gaming event. Starting in the year 2000, the organizers decided that it was time to bring the brand to a close, and with no less than 21 games on the main roster, and as a KIT tradition dictates, a Mario Kart side event as well, run by KP. The weekend was full of action and everyone wanted to make sure they bid farewell to the iconic event in the best possible way. Tekken 7 was the biggest event with 166 entrants, and the losers run of the weekend was from none other than Shadow 20Z. After being sent to the losers right before top 8, Shadow ran through Cuddlecore, Genghis Don, FDX, American Whackdash, and reset the bracket against L-Train Locomotive in Grand Finals to take the title, jumping between Claudio and Zafina.
Shadow!
Guilty Gear Strive saw Solstice's Ramlethal win it all from winner's side, only dropping 2 games in the entire tournament run.
Happy good tag. And that's it.
On the Smash side, after losing early in pools and a grueling losers run of 9 sets, Jin took the win over Danny in a dominant grand finals with his Aegis. KIT is pretty big on NRS games, and as the 4th biggest game at the event, Mortal Kombat with 101 entrants saw Jukes as the winner.
Lose the round.
Mortal Kombat XL was taken by Damager's Milena after a bracket reset, and to close the NRS segment of KIT, Injustice 2 was also on the list of main games at KIT, and it was Gurr taking it over Forever King in the grand finals.
That's right.
He drops it.
That's it.
Guard takes it.
There's a lot of other games to mention, but one fun story comes to mind. Imagine flying to an event to stream and support the tech side, and then winning the entire tournament as well. That was Arturo Sanchez's weekend at KIT. He took the Street Fighter V tournament with Dalsim, and then straight back to work on the stream for the next few games. The grind never stops.
I wasn't really in a good place before coming to this event. Like, in fact, I was debating about not even coming. Thankfully, my dad and my family are okay, and I got my equipment back, and I won the event. So
That is so necessary. Infinite the shit out of him.
The Riverside Game Lab in California saw the Festival of Frights, and with a huge Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 presence with Yipes as guest of honor, it was a huge event. The 3v3 Marvel tournament saw an exciting grand finals as the Double Phoenix 2 Birds 1 Swordsman team of Noel Brown, Mothman, and Jibril went up against the Lupe Fiasco fan club, which of course was headed by Chris G, backed up by Neo and WBI Priest. Chris G's team ended up taking the win off stream due to time restraints, but we will get back to Marvel action later on. Chris G was busy at Festival of Frights as he also ended up taking the King of Fighters 15 tournament without dropping a single set, once again demonstrating his incredible, effective defensive playstyle against Lazy Freddy.
Oh, the trade outs. The 5v trade is going to take it.
Dragon Ball Fighters saw a Double Fusions Lab Coat Grand Final as Jake Ryan made an impressive run through losers, defeating Chris G and Zayn, only to be defeated by the ever-consistent Alekovic, who also showed off the IRL Dragon Ball physique with his pop-off after the match.
Alekovic, grand final champion of Festival of Frights, Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh, man. Yeah!
In Guilty Gear Strive, we saw a miraculous losers run from Red Ditto as he dropped down to losers in his second game, only to go on an 11-game winning streak, even resetting the bracket in grand finals. But in the end, it was the ARC World Tour qualified Nubenheimer who just managed to clinch it in a final game situation and close out the title on the day.
No dice there, but there you have it. Nubenheimer is your champion here.
In Smash Ultimate, Andric took the win with Captain Falcon. Nito was close to resetting the bracket, but it wasn't enough as the tournament ended on that famous electric knee.
On Dante? the respect, the blocks.
Then, finally, everybody in the stream chat who was asking, when's Marvel? Got their answer. As Tampa Never Sleeps hosting means that Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was the main event and all of Top 16 was streamed. In winner's side, Remora was looking like the guy to beat as the Marvel 3 Evo champ made it into grand finals with ease, defeating both Chris G and Jibril on his top 8 path. In the loser's side, Saktap took his unique team of Hagar, Arthur and Nemesis to top 4 where he fell to Chris G's Infinite Moridoom squad before going down to Jibril 3-2 in losers finals. Chris was obviously sick of seeing these 0 reruns though, as you can see here.
Más fuerte que el amor and Chris G.
I'm not going to make no eye contact, but all I know is that Jibril wins.
With a clean 3-0 in the grand finals, Remora is looking like the best Marvel 3 player on the planet today, optimizing every single situation and using one of the strongest teams in the game. Can anybody defeat this guy? Only time will tell.
A 3-0, Remora is now the Festival of Frights champion.
For its 4th iteration, Let's Make Moves, the New York's tournament series moved itself to Miami to welcome its 467 players. There was a lot at stake because this event was not only a gold event for the Smash World Tour, but it was also a qualifier for the Panda Cup. A lot happened this weekend as the young Japanese prodigy Akola took his first big tournament win outside of Japan.
He's still alive, and Arsene's in play.
Oh, he's going to leave, though. That's going to be it.
But his tournament winning run didn't look so easy as he lost in winners quarterfinals against Mute Ace 3-0. He made an impressive and gripping losers run as he clutched sets against Gen, Tweak, Zomba and Mute Ace for the run back, all in a Game 5 scenario. It was a different story in grand finals though, as coming from the losers side, Akola managed to reset the bracket 3-0 against his fellow Steve player Onin. Onin tried a few other characters, but he couldn't overcome the power of Akola, who took it 3-0 in the reset to make it 6 straight and claim the title. Akola is the first Ultimate player outside of America to qualify for the Panda Cup. In Capcom Pro Tour's online qualifiers, we went to the Middle East, and once again, the story was all about the birds. Angry Bird and Big Bird met in winners final, and this set the pace for the whole tournament. It looked like Big Bird had the answers in the first game, but that momentum was quickly put to a halt by Angry Bird's Ken. A 3-0 win saw Big Bird sent to the losers, where he had to face fellow countryman GTR in losers final. And disaster struck in the third game as Big Bird was cruising to victory, making it that fated sound. Thankfully they are able to reconnect and run it back, but the result continued with the momentum as Big Bird made it back to grand finals to face his training partner. Angry Bird dominated once again with his Ken pressure, and he pulled ahead into a 2-0 lead. That gave him the confidence to start making plays like this.
Man, Angry Bird, no fear in his heart.
But Big Bird answered in kind with his own EXDP. In the end, Angry Bird was too confident and with too many chips to gamble with, and this saw him close it out 3-0, and he will be going to Capcom Cup at the end of the season, although Big Bird is still well placed in the World Warrior to join him. Speaking of World Warrior, we had 3 events this week in round 4 of the 5-round series. First up, USA West, and at Wednesday Night Fights, we had a bracket that saw many familiar faces in the likes of Samurai, Chris CCH, Nephew, and Filipino Man, but it was Jot who was waiting in Grand Finals winner side with his new look Cody. As Chris CCH was eliminated, soon to be followed by Nephew in quick succession, it was JB who earned a run back from winners finals. Jot, however, dispatched him quickly 3-1 to claim the 50 points and push ever closer to the top spot in the rankings as he chases Chris CCH as we approach regional finals with 1 event left to play. Over to Germany, and Saltmine League was missing many of the names that we recognize from the rankings in this region, but Escudo fought through losers to make it to grand finals versus Fhasa. Resetting cleanly 3-1 in the first set, Fhasa made him work for it in the reset, in Shin Grand Finals taking him to a final 5th nail-biting game. But the strength of Pokes proved too much and Escudo claimed the 50 points, which sees him rocket up the rankings right into the finals places, having started adrift in 9th at the start of the tournament.
You can shoot. That's it.
And that's it.
And lastly, in South America B, Cross Battle Open saw Chaos's Ed fighting through losers to earn the chance to take on the Argentine Sim Shaka Tutu in Grand Finals. With their head-to-head history, he gambled on a Luke pick being the answer to the experienced Sim player, but that clearly was not the case.
Yeah, perfect KO.
And switching to Falk seemed to be no help either, as Shaka closed it out in an emphatic fashion to take the win and claim top spot in the South America B rankings.
And Daniel.
Crossover saw fighting game players from across Western Europe and beyond descend on Cologne in Germany for the 4-title tournament. In Street Fighter V, Takamura followed up his Capcom Cup qualification with a victory here, despite Jimmy resetting the bracket, much to the love of the home German fans.
1 minute! Reset the bracket!
Despite that support behind him, it was not enough as Takamura seemed to awaken in the grand final reset and his Akuma closed it out with a clean 3-0 win. Tekken 7 was the biggest game of the weekend, and German EU region finalists Sephi Black and DBP could not make it through into the grand finals, nor could travelling Korean Fran. German player Nino advanced to grand finals after sending Italian invader Evil Force 6 down into the loser's side. And whilst once again the home crowd got their hopes up for an all-German final, Evil Force 6 managed to shatter their dreams and eliminate DBP for a run back against Nino in Grands. Thankfully for the German fans, Nino was able to close it out 3-1 to take the title on the day with his Panda.
That is it! That is it!
French personality and competitor Kayane runs events on a regular in Paris for the community. And this weekend, it was the October edition of the Kayane sessions. 2 games were on the lineup, obviously including her beloved Soul Calibur, and the favourite took the crown as Evo Japan champion Kiev defeated Ails in grand finals to take the win. And 100 players gathered for a stacked Dragon Ball FighterZ bracket with Wade, Kane, Yasha and many more in attendance, and it was once again Yasha after his big win at the mix-up showing that he is ready for the big showdown at UFA, taking the tournament in winners over Kane.
Et ça finit par l'assist végétaux Yasha en Martinique.
And that is just about all we've got time to cram in today. Don't forget, we also round up Street Fighter League later on in the week, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to catch that as well. We do the Roundup EX edition, which is live on a Wednesday night on our Twitch, which is Reversal GG. And if you've got an event you want us to see and keep our eyes on, then hit us up with the brackets, the links, the stream, everything on Twitter. It's Reversal_GG.